Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today, once again, we're doing another MasterVerse versus Origins review, taking a look at an iconic figure right here. As we see, we have CATRA, all right, from the Princess Power line. We'll take a look at each figure in the packaging of their packagings, all their items it comes with, their beautiful artwork it comes with. Also, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics, all right, we'll look at the original version of CATRA from 1985 from the Princess of Power line and her classics version once again, all right? And basically asking ourselves, which one do you prefer? Which one do you like the most? All right, which one do you feel like they got it right? All right, the Masters version, or do you prefer the Origins version? And of course, I will give you my 2 cents as well, and which one I do prefer as well, all right? All right, now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit the notification bell, we'll upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at CATRA. And of course, as all these videos we've done, we always start with Masters first, okay? Let's get the figure out of the way real quick, right here. So here we go. Of course, this is back when the old style packaging right here, right? The old school big window box packaging, right? You have the 30-part articulation, you got the Masters logo here, right there. And this, of course, was a part of the He-Man 40th anniversary, all right? Sticker right there. Now we have She-Ra's 40th anniversary. You know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of cool in a way, because you have, you know, with this version of CATRA from MasterVerse, you know, she was a part of the 40th anniversary for He-Man, and now come full circle in a way. Now she's part of She-Ra's 40th anniversary, you know, for this sticker. I think that was kind of cool. But there she is in the packaging. Big, beautiful window box right there. Got this really cool spear right there, or magic wand if you wish. Her iconic shield, all right. A couple pairs of hands. You have the Princess of Power logo, CATRA right there. Looking good. Turn to the side. Absolutely gorgeous artwork right there. This is of course, the Jealous Beauty. Looking really, really good. And there's a nice glamour shot right there at the back, right there. And a little bio right there if you want to read it right there. Alright. And of course the cross cell, the other figures in this wave. And this wave did include the new Eternia Zodak, and CGI He-Man, and Skeletor as well. I believe this right here, this is CATRA, the Jealous Beauty. Alright. Let's take a look at her right here, out of packaging. There she is. She might fall. Hang on, guys. Looks good. Looks beautiful. I love the soft good cape. I love the iconic shield. This shield has been a part of her for so many years, of her figure, for all the brands that has featured CATRA for us. And of course, let's take a look at her original version real fast. So her original version came out in 1985. And there it is. There she is right there. CATRA, the Jealous Beauty. And you can see that same exact shield. So I love the fact that MasterVerse pays tribute to that. I love that detail right there. It's the same exact shield. Beautifully done. I like that. Alright, different take on her mask right there. Of course, with the Princess of Power line, as you know, this was based on like Barbie, so they had the realistic hair. So each figure of the Princess of Power came with a comb as well. Alright. But there's the back of her packaging right there. There she is right there, and her packaging right there. I still hope, I really do hope, that we will get some vintage Princess of Power, you know, type figures like this. We did get, like I said, in my Frosta review, we did get that She-Ra 35th anniversary edition for Origins. So they have the way to do it. It's just getting that realistic hair, all right? Maybe it's too expensive now. I don't know, but they make thousands of Barbies every day, you know. So I don't know if we will get it, but I would love to see it. I would love to see some, maybe the core characters, not everyone. Some of the basic core characters from the Princess Power line in this vintage form. Alright. back to our MasterVerse version right here. I love the detail. The boots right there. Got some beautiful paint right there. Got the big horde symbol on her chest right there. All right, of course, you got the iconic shield. Her mask, you know, does go down. At least I hope it does. There you go. It does go down. All right. So she can start her transformation to transform into her cat form. All right. Beautiful long black hair. Got the, of course, the nice soft good cape right there. All right. A lot of good hits playing with this right here. I like this. They did a great job, you know, with this version of CATRA. All right. I'm trying to stand there on my turntable here, guys, but okay. All right, everybody. I have them on. I have her on my turntable. Hopefully, I can get one full rotation here. Hopefully. But an absolutely beautiful figure. All right. Wow. All right. Now moving on to her. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. Now moving on to her Origins variant, or more her Filmation type variant. Now, yeah, and yes, both versions represent her Filmation style. All right, with her look and stuff like that. All right. So now we're looking at her, like I said, once again, the cartoon collection version of CATRA. All right, get the packaging right here. Hang on. All right, there we go. And like, you know, CATRA from MasterVerse, this time it's part of her She-Ra's 40th anniversary, because you got the Hordak, you know, big, you know, like being attacking Grayskull, got the He-Man Master of the Universe, got the beautiful, you know, fire and like you see the Horde bats and stuff like that, or like machines attacking Eternia. You got Grayskull from Filmation. There she is. There's CATRA right there. Looking really good. And of course, they also included her cat form. All right. Cartoon collection, but no other weapons. All right. Run on the back. And of course, this is a popular. This is from the episode Magic Cats, right there, from the Princess Power cartoon. As you can see her transforming into her cat form right there. And there's the cat form, and there she is right there. Of course, the cross cell. All right. Back around here. All right. Let's take a little CATRA here out of the packaging. It's very similar to our MasterVerse form here. There's slight differences. Of course, the MasterVerse form figure has more detail in the shoulders and legs and boots and stuff like that. You can see more detail in that than MasterVerse. She still has her purple cape right there. She does still have that same ability where you can bring her mask down right there. All right. So beautiful. And like, you know, both of these figures are beautiful. All right. Now, before we get into her other features right here, or the other form of her, let's take a look real fast, guys, at her Classics version. Hang on, guys. Right here. There we go. So here is her Classics form right here. She came out in 2011. And of course, as you can see, this version of CATRA is almost like the MasterVerse version. I mean, from style to style here, just about. All right, this version came with another shield, very similar to her Classics version or her Vintage version and MasterVerse version. But this one, you can see, has a pink gem in it, or inside it right there. Also has her more Filmation style mask. And of course, they played, you know, the vintage mask as well. And of course, she comes with a sword right here. And there's a little fun fact right there. I'm going to pause that right there if you wish to read that. And there she is, front to back and side to side. And then a very interesting thing about her comb this time is it looks like a whip as well. And there's the packaging right there of CATRA, the Jealous Beauty. Alright. Now, let's talk about origins here. Okay. Once again, like I said, playing all the right hits. You know, like her MasterVerse version here. Alright? But I really feel like MasterVerse got it right. Now, I'm going to say this right now. You know, the one I prefer is MasterVerse. I think did an awesome job. Alright? Now, let's talk about her other form. The only thing that was included with her. Okay? Which is her cat form here. Alright? Which is fine. Which is cool for what it is. Alright? I like what they were trying to go for. And I remember saying this in my original review on CATRA. To me, this should have been a separate figure. Or a much bigger figure for CATRA. It's cool for what it is. I like what they're trying to go for. Giving you that both forms of CATRA. You know. But to me, this is very, very small. In my opinion. They should have made it a little bit bigger. Also, not to include any of the other weapons, you know, including her shield, at least her shield, all right, with CATRA, all right. Now, of course, the cartoon collection, all right, you know, tries to mimic the Filmation style, you know, figures, all right. I mean, completely, all right. And yes, and this, like I said, this one is like a Filmation base figure. Yes, it is. Okay. But I don't remember, you know, maybe one of the videos I'm missing from the Princess Power cartoon. I don't really remember, you know, CATRA, you know, having a shield and a spear or any type of weapon. You know, she might have, you know, in one of those episodes. All right. So this version, even though it's a Filmation style figure, or you know, or like a cartoon collection, you know, they're trying to give you that vintage feel by including the vintage shield and stuff like that, which I understand and I love, because even Classics did it as well. So that's why I like that, and that's why I think they should have included the shield, at least the shield to me for CATRA here in Origins. You know, at least the shield only. All right, even though that shield most likely was never in the Filmation or the Princess of Power cartoon, I think they should have done that. All right, and I think that's a little bit of a letdown. All right, I think they should have done that. All right, and that's my only thing about it. If they included the shield with CATRA here, her vintage shield with this cartoon collection version of CATRA, she would have been my top pick. All right, out of both of them. All right, but they didn't. So that's why I'm saying that the MasterVerse version of CATRA is my preferred, you know, CATRA from this right here. But let me know in the comments below, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer her MasterVerse version? Do you prefer or do you prefer her Origins version? All right, or do you prefer her vintage 85 version or the Classics version? You know, so let me know. All right. All right, guys. I'd like to take time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. And of course, I love doing these MasterVerse versus Origins videos. And also, I want to point out that I don't have to. I might change it up a little bit as far as these verses. You know, videos, taking an iconic two different figures, like taking a different figure from MasterVerse and putting up against someone from Origins. They don't have to be the same exact character. All right, see which one do you prefer? Do you prefer this version of Stratos from MasterVerse against the Triclops of the cartoon collection? You know, change it up a little bit. You know, see which one do you prefer? All right, I might try to do that. You know, occasionally. All right. All right, of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell, all right, when I upload new videos. And I'm hoping tomorrow, guys, on Memorial Day, yes, it's going to be Memorial Day, that I will have a customized Battle Cat in my hands. We'll talk about that. If it's here, I will do a video on that. If not, we will do another MasterVerse versus Origins video, and we'll do another Princess of Power figure of Leech, all right? So hopefully that Battle Cat will be here. Also, I did pre-order my Despera Origins figure. I'm sure it might be still up on pre-order. I'm feeling certain it is. So if you are interested in getting Despera for your collection for MasterVerse, in Origins, go to MattelCreations.com. All right. All right. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. and have a good one, everybody.